いいんじゃねえのわかりやすくて燃えてきたぞ
Hello everybody, welcome to another lesson of learning Japanese. Today we have another anime line, but more so this is going to be a catchphrase from an anime show that we're analyzing, and it is going to be from the show Fairy Tail. So this catchphrase is going to be really short. It's basically just one word, and it will probably just take like 1 minute to cover this whole line in this video unless I keep blabbing on like this. But our line is going to be Moete kita zo, or just Moete kita, or some other variation that doesn't really have too many differences.
燃えてきた
But this is Natsu, the main character from Fairy Tail's pretty much signature line that translates to I'm all fired up, or perhaps I'm getting fired up, or yeah, something along those lines, something about getting fire. So this line right here is going to consist of one word basically being used in a grammar pattern, and the word that we're using, the one word on our vocabulary list, is moeru, and this is going to translate to burn or to get fired up. It's an intransitive verb, and yeah, you can see how in the definition is actually to get fired up too, so there isn't really any stylization in the translation. Even though it's a catchphrase, it's just quite literally saying to get fired up. So what we're doing is we're using moeru in the grammar pattern that is basically any verb in its te form, so its connective form, plus a motion verb such as iku, or in this case kuru, which means to come, to express that that verb, it's performed, but there's also a nuance of it being oriented in a certain direction when it's being performed. And this could be a literal direction or an abstract direction. And in this case, it's kind of an abstract direction. So we see here that moeru turns into its te form, moete. And then we simply plug in one of those motion verbs, iku or kuru. Kuru makes more sense here, so we take kuru, moete kuru. But our line isn't that just yet. We gotta conjugate kuru into the plain past form kita. So moete kita is going to be basically expressing that the burning, moeru, got performed because it's in the past tense. So it happened, but also in a oriented direction, which is signified by the verb kuru, to come. So to come is going to represent that the direction was basically towards my current state, towards the present me. So it was happening in the past and it was performed in the direction towards my current state. So I've come to the state of being fired up, basically, is kind of a literal translation. You can see how the more natural translation of I'm all fired up still kind of represents that past tense to this state, because I am signifies the current state, and fired, of course, represents the past form of the firing happened. So it happened up to this current state, and we've reached this point. So that's where the come nuance is working there. And yeah, so Natsu usually says this line, and he usually adds like a sentence ending particle at the end, moete kita zo.
燃えてきたぞ
And that's just kind of a more masculine way of saying it, and that's pretty much it right there. His signature line is short and simple, and it packs a explosive, fiery punch, I guess. So that's going to wrap it up for the catchphrase for today from the show Fairy Tail.
燃えてきた
Alright, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Anime Line of the Day. Remember, if there were grammar patterns mentioned for this line, they'll be mentioned in the description or the pinned comment below with links to the individual lessons on them. You can also probably find them in the playlist of our complete grammar video series shown on the screen right here alongside our anime playlist. And last but not least, don't forget to try to translate the bonus line we provided. Leave your translation in a comment below. Check out our Patreon, like the video, and subscribe. With all that said and done, see you next time.